So it's sad, it's really sad to say that we are all going to be a victim over the next 3-4 months. We're all going to be a victim of double brokered freight. Why? Because our industry is plummeting, and it's plummeting really, really fast. So in this video, I'm going to break this video down into 3 parts. So in the first part of this video, you're going to see me actually booking a load with a broker. Second part of this video, we're going to talk about double brokering, how it happens, and what we can do to avoid these things from happening. Double brokering is going to affect not only small fleet owners, owner-operators, but it actually affects also company drivers. First of all, what is double brokering? So double brokering is when a trucking company or a freight forwarder or a logistics company sells their work to a carrier. That carrier then takes that work and sells it to a third carrier. The third carrier might sell it to a fourth carrier, leaving you stiffed without getting paid for a freight bill. Okay, double brokering usually happens when one company that receives the work from a freight forwarder, then instead of doing the work with their own assets, will sell it to another company, and then it might happen 2 or 3 times before the actual carrier takes the freight. Now, in most of these cases, what happens, eventually somebody along the chain will go out of business, leaving everybody after that chain not getting paid. So how do you avoid these things, and what can you do? Well, this video is going to tell you all about it. So let's hear a live example of me booking a load through a carrier, and then we'll talk about what you can do as a dispatcher in order to avoid double brokering.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Great, you?
Good, good. Ronen here, ET Transport. Calling about those 18 skids that you have posted.
Swanee and Atlanta, 2 picks, 1 drop.
Okay. And where's the delivery?
Concord.
It's ready for today.
You can pick it up today or tomorrow.
What are you looking to pay on it?
You tell me what you need.
Realistically, 2 picks, 1 drop, probably looking about $2,200.
22, no. You're way over.
Best
I could do is around 16 on it.
16? No, I can't do 16. What'd you say the weight was of the shipment?
8,500.
And it first come, first serve at both locations, or do I need an appointment anywhere?
No.
Got it. Okay, man, meet me in the middle. Let's go. 2,000.
Best I can add another 150 bucks and that's it. Right.
Okay, just throw me another 50 bucks. I'll do it.
For sure. 2 picks. You can pick up tomorrow 18 feet of trailer, 9 skid spot, and you're going to deliver it by Friday.
Yes.
I'll send it to you for 1,800. What's your email address?
You can send it to dispatch@ettransport.ca.
Okay. It's coming over.
Thank you. All right, so you heard me book a load. Now, what can you do in order to avoid double brokering? So number 1 that is extremely important is when you're asking the carrier for their MC. Now, a newer MC or a brand new MC or somebody who's only been in business 3, 4, 5, 6 months is a lot more likely to be double brokering than somebody who's been in business for 10, 15, 20 years. Yes, it does happen that an older MC or an older freight forwarder is going to double broker freight, but it is less likely than somebody with brand new authorities, brand new MC, a brand new freight forwarder out there. It is more common that somebody that's new in the industry is going to be doing double brokering versus somebody that has been in the industry for a lot longer. Number 2, okay, a red flag is an email address that ends in Gmail, Outlook, Hotmail. It really should be a designated email address, like we here in our company have the ending at ettransport.ca, and there's other companies obviously like TQL, like CH Robinson, they all have the ending at CH Robinson. When you see the ending is at Gmail, okay, those are a lot more you have a lot more chances of getting double brokered with those email addresses than you do with a designated email address. Number 3, so when you're calling on a load versus when somebody's calling into your office, you are more likely to be a victim of double brokering when somebody calls into your office. Why is that? Because when somebody's calling into your office, you don't have an easy access to their carrier profile or their broker profile. But when somebody calls into the office, you don't have access to that readily available to you. When you're calling on the outbound, whether it's DAT or any other load boards, they usually have the profile of the broker or the carrier that's posting a load. You can see their Equifax, you can see their credit rating, you can see if they're pre-approved for factoring, you can see a lot of stuff on the profile. But when somebody's calling inbound into your office, you need to be a little bit more careful with them versus when you're placing the call on the outbound. Before I get into my next point, I gotta say, I love it when the yard is empty. When the yard is empty, that means that I'm doing a good job. And if I'm doing a good job, I need to get a raise. Next red flag, when you get a confirmation into your office, okay? Very, very important. When you get it faxed over, when you get it emailed over, I mean, 99% of all of our confirmations, well, probably 100% right now, is getting emailed over. And if they're getting emailed over, it's your job as a dispatcher to double check all the information. Not only are you supposed to double check all the information, but very important to check the address of where that broker is located. Now, I hate to see P.O. boxes. P.O. boxes, I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but it's like it is meant for fraud. I don't know, P.O. boxes is as if they've been purposely created for fraudulent transactions. But I'm not saying that all 100% of companies that have a P.O. box are doing something fraudulent. I just feel like if a trucking company or freight forwarder or a logistics company is working out of a P.O. box as their main address, I think that's another red flag that you should watch out for. Now, what I do is I actually go on Google and I'll do like an actual image or a search or Google Earth, and I'll see their actual physical location. Now, a lot of the times, smaller brokerages, they work out of their home, they work out of their basement, and then it's up to you whether or not you want to work with these kind of companies or not. But I feel a lot more comfortable when I see that they actually have a yard, when they actually have a terminal, or when they actually have, a company or are, inside a building somewhere, an office building. It makes me feel better taking a load from that company. If you see that the address is a P.O. box, that's just another red flag. And now that I'm already on the internet, I'm doing my research on this company, the next thing I want to see is Google reviews, because this is a big one, and whether or not they have a Google business listing. Now, if somebody has a Google business listing, then I can see reviews, or if somebody has put a review, if nobody's put a review, I can see what kind of drivers work for that company. I can see how they pay their carriers, because a lot of the times you'd be surprised, but there's so many reviews on how companies pay their invoices, and these reviews will build a story for you, okay, on what kind of company they are. All right, so let's say number 1 checks out, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Now we're getting into flag number 6. Okay, and flag number 6 is a company's references. Now, there's a big difference between references that say actual manufacturing companies, or a reference that says other brokerages or a tire company or whatever company it is, depends on the references. Now, if they have their mother, father, sister, and brother there as references, well, that's a red flag. Now, I usually want to see 3 references, and I want to see the quality of the references. So yeah, I'll just do a quick search on the company that's giving the reference. Now, a lot of the times, it's just a relative, or it's a brother, or it's a sister, or it's somebody's brother's company, or a sister's company, and you can really pick up real quickly on the documents, or when somebody submits credit references, you can really pick up on that really fast. Okay, there's got to be at least 1 company out of the 3 references that I'm aware of or that I know of. Now, a lot of the times we have relationships with these manufacturing plants or with other brokers, so we will call them for references. Now, the worst thing you can do is when you're trying to sell me a load is supply me references of other brokers. That's not the references I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is references that you actually pay your invoices. Those are the references I'm looking for. All right, so here's the next flag. Next flag is when you are negotiating a rate. Okay, when it actually gets somebody's pocket, when you're hitting somebody's pocket, they're usually a lot more aggressive with their negotiations. Now, if it's somebody doing the fraud or is double brokering a load on you, they're most likely not going to negotiate so much on the last $100 or the last $150 because they really don't care, because anyways, they're gonna stiff you for the bill, they're not gonna pay you for it, so it might as well give you whatever you're asking for, just do the job. It's more like, okay, just pick up the load, just do the job. So it brings me to my next red flag. What I always ask people when I'm booking a load and I have some hesitation, I will ask them, do you have a quick pay program? Now, this is the golden rule, the golden buzzer. Why do you have a quick pay program? Somebody who is double brokering, somebody who has no intentions to pay you will say, yes, we have, or will say, no, we don't. In most cases, they're gonna say, we don't have a quick pay program. Now, if you are a brokerage, or if you are selling loads, or if you are, if this is what you do, the quick pay program is a money-making machine. Okay, that thing is, I mean, you can make 10% on selling a load, and you can make a whole nother 5% or 4% just giving somebody the option of quick pay. So why wouldn't a company give an option for quick pay? I know we do, and we're not the biggest company out there. We're nowhere near, a mega carrier, but we offer quick pay. Why do we offer quick pay? Because we know that it's a money-making machine. On 30 days, you can make 3 or 4%. That's crazy, crazy profits. So somebody trying to stiff you, somebody trying to double broker, somebody that's not thinking that they're gonna pay you the invoice, right away will say, no, we won't offer quick pay. So the last hope that a carrier has. So let's say somebody got through all of the cracks. They had a really good email address. They were able to, their MC is old. They've been in business for 10 or 15 years. They gave us a confirmation. Everything looked good on the confirmation. Their office is not in a PO box. We ended up doing a pickup. Now the last thing that we can try to avoid, double brokering, is look at that bill of lading. That bill of lading should say one of two names on it. Number one, it should either say ET Transport. In our case, it should say ET Transport, or the second name on the bill of lading should be the person that gave us the load. Those are the only two, and if there's somebody else, usually you should dig a little deeper into it, You should see why there's somebody else. So for example, if C.H. Robinson gave us a load, that bill of lading should either say C.H. Robinson on it, or it should say ET Transport on it. But if it says somebody else's name on it, then that is a red flag, and you should be digging in a little deeper to see what's going on or how many hands this went through, There should not be double brokering, it should not be triple brokering, even though it happens a lot in our industry. That bill of lading is just as important, if not more important, than your confirmation. So make sure that you are looking at that bill of lading and see who's the name on that bill of lading, because if all hell breaks loose and then you need to go after the shipper or the receiver, that bill of lading is your contract. So like I said in the beginning of this video, we are all going to be victims of double brokering, whether it's now, in a month or 2 or in 3. The situation is really bad out there. MCs are closing left, right, and center. Trucking companies are closing 10 truck fleets, 20 truck fleets, 30 truck fleets, All these companies have payables, All these companies have sold work to other companies. It's going to be a domino effect, and a lot of us are going to get affected by it. Hold on. Ronen, do you do a dispatch course? Ronen, can you train dispatching? Ronen, can you teach me how to dispatch? My God, who would have thought that this is so popular? Ever since I started doing these videos, I get a lot of comments on if I do a training course for dispatchers. You know what? How about we do this? I'm going to put a form below, and if I get 50 people to fill out that form that are interested in a dispatch course, I personally will put one together and teach you all how to dispatch. So fill out that form. And now let's get back to that video. So again, guys, just to recap really quickly, number one, the MC number and their authorities. Make sure that they are a business that's over 6 months old, over a year old. We won't work with anybody with under 18 months. Number two red flag is the email account, Gmail, Hotmail, Outlook. A huge red flag. Number three, inbound calls. Inbound calls are a little bit more dangerous than outbound calls. Number four, not having a Google business listing. It says something about them. You do not work in today's world. It's 2023. You don't work today without having a Google business listing, because that's how people find you. And if they can't find you, then there's a problem with you. Number five, the PO box. And their PO box and where their office is located is very, very important. Do they have a building? Do they rent a yard? Are they working out of a PO box? Are they working out of a basement? With today's voice over IP phones, trust me, you will not find these people after they shut down their doors. Number six is their references. Number seven is when they don't give you a problem with your rate. When they approve your rate right away, that's a big problem. Number eight, when the bill of lading shows that it's not the company name. If there's somebody else, you took a load from ABC, if there's somebody else named on that bill of lading, there's another party involved, you want to dig a little deeper to see what's going on. And the last thing is if a company does not offer quick pay services. Not offering quick pay service, like I said, is a money-making machine, and if they're not taking advantage of quick pay, then there might be something wrong with that company. So guys, this video is not just meant for you guys out there. I use this actually in my training all the time. These 9 things I actually teach every single dispatcher before they start working at ET Transport. We teach them these 9 things to look out for, especially load bookers. When you are a load booker, you are talking to people all day long. Okay, and I'm sure after a couple of years of experience, you're able to pick up on these qualities. You're able to pick up on people that are just trying to double broker these loads. That's why I started off with this video saying that we are all going to be victims of double brokered loads or of companies that are going to be going under over the next 3 or 4 months, because every time I open up my phone, I just see more and more articles on trucking companies that are shutting down their doors, more and more small fleets that are shutting down their doors, even brokerage companies that are having a hard time right now. So what's it to say? That means we are all going to be in the exact same boat in the next 3 or 4 months. Everybody is struggling out there and everybody's having a hard time. Now guys, if you enjoyed this video, I promise you will enjoy the video that I created last week. It currently has over 100,000 views on it, on why truck drivers are leaving our industry. I guarantee you're gonna like that video. Make sure you head on over there and watch that video. I'm Ronen, R-O-N-E-N, and I'll catch you in my next video.